As Billy digs, we have everyone looking for something that was built by human hands. And lo and behold, there's a board.
Imagine the shock when Rick Lagina, known for his cautious digs at Oak Island, decides to use Parker Schnabels' monstrous mining machines to tear into the island's secrets. Right away, they unearth not just old wood, but beams with mysterious markings, possibly hinting at long-lost tunnels or even a hidden vault. Tune in next time as they hit something so unexpected it could rewrite history. What lies beneath might just be the breakthrough unleashing the giants. Parker's excavation tools roll in one by one. Flatbeds carry dozers the size of small houses. There are drills that twist into the ground like mechanical dragons. Conveyor belts stretch across the dirt like metal snakes, ready to swallow up rocks and mud and spit out whatever secrets have been hiding for hundreds of years. Rick, standing tall and steady, watches every piece get locked into place. His eyes narrow as the first drill plunges into the earth, the ground trembling under the power of the machine. The team gathers. They're a mix of curiosity and awe. It's not every day you get to swap out slow tools for mega machinery. People who used to work with picks and shovels now stare at gear that can dig down 100 feet in the time it takes to brew a pot of coffee. The air is heavy with something more than just diesel smoke. It's the buzz of possibility. Once the engines start, the ground begins to shake. The island groans like it knows something big is coming. The usual careful drilling rig is swapped out for a towering beast that grinds and bores. What once took a full week to get to 50 feet now happens before lunch. Instead of a narrow shaft, a wide circle opens up, revealing layers of soil that haven't seen daylight in centuries.
Geographic connection, but is it Templar related? I don't know. We have to put it through more rigorous scientific analysis. This story is incredibly complex.
The first thing they find isn't gold. It's wood, old splintered beams buried deep in the earth. They're not natural, not tree roots or fallen trunks. These are cut boards with sharp edges and corners. Some have markings, scratches that seem to tell a story. Rick holds up a piece. It's soaked, dark, and strong. It might be from a tunnel, maybe a vault, maybe something more. The machines keep working. The digging doesn't stop. They go deeper and deeper. 70 feet, 90 feet, 120 feet. The soil changes color. Layers of sand give way to clay, then gravel, then something harder. The crew pauses. The giant bucket lifts. Inside, more wood. But this time the pieces are smoother, shaped, and clearly worked by hand. Tests run fast. The water at that depth shows signs of metals. Not just iron or tin, but traces of gold and silver. The air buzzes again.
Only this time it's a pirate coin in the swamp. I'm just ecstatic about that because I see the happiness on my brother's face, and that's great. But even so, we don't have a lot here.
Everyone is watching the bucket now. Every lift could be the one. Every scoop could bring up the proof they've waited for. Down at 150 feet, they hit resistance. Not the kind that makes machines stop, but enough to slow everything. It's dense, packed material. When the bucket rises, something new appears. A thick beam with grooves, deep ones shaped like symbols. The team gathers around. Could be old letters, could be numbers, could be something meant to be read. The air feels tight. This isn't just digging anymore. This is discovery. Rick doesn't blink. His eyes follow every scoop. The crew works like they're building something sacred, and in a way they are. They're uncovering the heart of a legend. At 170 feet, they find metal. Bars, bent and rusted, but clearly placed there for a reason. They aren't trash. They aren't old tools. They look like pieces of a cage or maybe a container. Some are stamped with marks. Not easy to read, but definitely there. The crew lays them out. Patterns begin to form. There's purpose in the placement. Deeper still, they find stone. Not just rocks, but cut blocks stacked together. A wall, maybe. A chamber. Built by hands, long gone. The stones are tight, with barely a crack between them. That kind of work doesn't happen by accident. It's deliberate. Someone built this. Someone meant it to last, and it has. Buried beneath layers of time, this structure has waited. For centuries, it stayed hidden. But now, with machines humming and hearts pounding, it's seeing the light again. Rick doesn't smile yet. He knows it's close, but not there. They keep digging. 200 feet. The crew switches out tools, bigger buckets, stronger arms. The machine roars louder. The island shakes more. It's like waking a sleeping giant. Then comes a sound. Not a clunk, not a crash, but a deep, hollow thud. Something big, something buried. The machines pause. The bucket rises. Inside, a panel of wood. Flat, thick, and untouched by time. It could be a door, a lid, maybe the top of the vault. They don't rush. Not now. Rick walks over. He runs his hand across the surface. There are grooves, marks, maybe writing, maybe symbols. He nods. The team lowers a camera into the hole. The screen lights up. What they see below sends a chill through the air. A chamber, walls of stone, timbers across the ceiling, and in the middle, a pile. Not just dirt. Shiny bits catch the light. It could be treasure. Could be the answer. But however, they lower lights. The chamber glows. Inside are shapes, boxes, chests, metal containers. All wrapped in decay, but still solid. The crew starts planning. They won't just grab and go. They need to secure the space, keep it safe. This is more than gold. It's history. The machines dig around the chamber, slowly now. Supporting beams go in. Braces hold the walls. Cameras roll. Everyone wants to see what comes out. The island is starting to share its old secrets, and the team is ready to find more. The Oak Island Treasure Awakening. The first chest is lifted. It's heavy, covered in seaweed and rot, but still locked. They clean it gently. The latch gives. Inside are coins, hundreds of them, old, marked, and real. Gold glints, silver shines. It's not a trick, not a story. It's the real thing. Chest after chest comes up, some with jewels, some with scrolls. One with what looks like a map, drawn on leather, faded but readable. Lines cross the island. Symbols mark spots. Some already known, others brand new. The map leads to more spots. The machines move again. New holes open. More tunnels appear. The island becomes a web of secrets unraveling. Rick watches it all. His idea worked. Bringing in Parker's tools turned a legend into a reality. They didn't just find treasure. They proved it was always there, buried deep, waiting for the right tools, the right people, and the right time. Now, Oak Island is different. It's not just a mystery. It's a map, a code, a story told in dirt and stone and wood. Rick and the team build a vault to protect what they find. They call in experts, historians, scientists. Everyone wants to see, everyone wants to know. Imagine Rick Lagina standing at the edge of the Oak Island dig site. But this time, something feels different. There's a low hum in the air, a distant rumble that grows louder by the second. Then, through a cloud of dust, a convoy of massive excavation machines rolls in. These aren't your average diggers. These are Parker Schnabels' gold-hungry beasts from the wilds of Alaska, and they mean business. Rick watches as one machine after another takes position like metal giants ready for battle. The ground shakes under their weight. These machines aren't built for poking around. They're designed to tear through layers of earth like it's paper.
It's difficult not to want to go down and put your hands on it and take measurements. Unfortunately, it's too deep.
The kind of gear that laughs in the face of a 100-year-old mystery. And Rick? He's smiling like he just found the key to the biggest puzzle on the planet. The first day of this epic mashup begins with a roar. Massive steel claws dig deep into the dirt. Giant drills spin like tornadoes, cutting through the ground with purpose. Mud flies. Rocks crack. The whole site turns into a high-stakes construction zone. Gone are the tiny flags and careful taps of past seasons. This is a treasure hunt with horsepower. Rick's team scrambles to keep up. Marty shouts over the noise, waving readings in the air. Alex is glued to a screen, watching sensors light up like a holiday tree. Terry's pointing at layers of wood, each piece darker and older than the last. Every chunk of dirt pulled out might hold a secret. Every chunk might be the one. By noon, they've already hit depths that used to take weeks to reach. At 120 feet, the earth starts to change. It's not just soil anymore. There are signs, wood that doesn't match the trees on the island, iron that looks out of place, pieces shaped like they were built, not broken. The energy spikes. Parker's machines aren't just powerful, they're smart. Cameras, scanners, and pressure sensors track every inch. The crew knows exactly how far they've gone and what's coming next. And right now, everything points to something big down below. Something hard. Something waiting. As the afternoon heat sets in, the digging gets tougher. The machines hit resistance. Not just heavy clay or stone, but something dense and stubborn. Rick leans in, eyes fixed on the monitors. The pressure readings bounce. The metal teeth of the caisson slow, grind, then catch again. There's tension in the air. Then a chunk of wood shoots up, blackened and old, soaked in centuries of mystery. Deeper and deeper they push. 130. 140. The machines moan, but they keep going. 150. Then at 160 feet, everything changes. A loud crack echoes through the pit. The machinery jolts. Dirt shifts. A vibration runs through the ground. The team freezes. The crew isn't new to this. They've seen strange things. But this feels alive, like the island is reacting. Another chunk of something rises from the pit. Not just wood this time, stone, cut clean, too clean, and heavy. Rick's hands shake as he brushes it off. It's the kind of stone you don't just find. It's the kind you place. A wall, a vault. Nobody says it, but everyone's thinking it. The digging slows, not because the team is tired, but because every inch matters now. A wrong move and they might damage what they've spent decades chasing.
And mind you now, this year he's found coins from the late 1600s. Those finds pale in comparison to this one in terms of his excitement level. So I'm excited because Gary's excited, and that's the truth of it.
Rick steps back, letting the machines do their thing. He watches, heart pounding, as the hammer grab reaches again. It pulls up more wood, more iron, strange pieces of gear, chains, hooks, and then a small round object, smooth, heavy, covered in grime but unmistakably metal. Rick wipes it clean, revealing an old stamp. Could be a coin, could be a button, could be the first real proof. They catalog everything, scan it, photograph it. They handle each piece like it could explode, because it could, not with fire, but with truth. Each discovery tells a story, and that story is getting louder. The next day, the crew is back at it. The machines, freshly fueled, dig with a hunger. They breach deeper than anyone thought possible. 170, 180. The walls creak, the sensors scream, but they keep going. Then it happens. The caisson grinds to a halt. Hard stop. No give, no wiggle, just resistance. Something massive is in the way. The hammer grab is lowered. It snaps shut. When it rises, it carries a load heavier than anything before. A box, a slab, it's covered in markings, faded lines, carvings. Rick steps forward. The team circles around. The object is lowered to the ground. Cameras flash, brushes sweep, the dirt falls away. And there it is, a wooden panel, reinforced, metal edges, burn marks, nails that don't match any era they know. They dig deeper. Every scoop might change what we know about history. The hidden chamber revealed. They pop the lid, slow and careful. Inside, nothing but more dirt. But not just any dirt. Dirt that's been sealed for centuries. They scoop it out by hand. Every inch might hold something. Then at the bottom, a glint, a sharp edge, then another. Something buried inside. They dig it out, piece by piece. It's not gold, not yet, but it's old, it's handmade, and it's been waiting. Rick holds it up, eyes wide. It's the kind of artifact that makes books rewrite themselves. The kind of thing that tells you, without a doubt, this place is hiding something massive. The machines don't rest. They keep digging, day after day, night after night. The team sleeps in shifts, eats from food trucks, showers in trailers. This isn't just an excavation. It's a campaign. The finds keep coming, coins with strange symbols, wooden boards shaped into ramps, long-forgotten tools, pieces of something big, something designed. They lay it all out, like puzzle pieces. Slowly, the picture forms, a chamber, reinforced, hidden, trapped, maybe booby-trapped, and definitely buried for a reason. Rick Lagina, the treasure-hunting legend from Oak Island, borrowing the heavy-duty digging gear from none other than Parker Schnabel, the gold-mining hotshot from the Yukon. Now that's a mashup nobody saw coming. Rick, who's used to cautiously digging around in swamps and dirt-packed shafts, suddenly gets his hands on Parker's super machines. We're talking about big-league excavators, massive trommels, and gear that chews through rock like it's soft cake. No more slow and careful digging here. With these machines, Oak Island might finally spill its secrets. The moment those monster machines roll into the island, everything changes. The swamp trembles, the air fills with dust, and the old legends hanging in the trees seem to whisper, it's finally happening.
Or longer. We never would have anticipated this moment where Marty and I get to go down together underground in the money pit.
One of the first spots Rick goes after? The money pit, that cursed slippery hole that swallowed tools, hopes, and dreams for over 200 years. With Parker's machines, that whole area gets cleaned up fast. Rick watches as giant scoops of earth are peeled away like onion layers. What used to take weeks now takes hours. Every few feet, they pause, scan, and test. But even that part's different now. Parker's crew has tools that scan underground like X-rays. Rick can't believe it. He's used to guesswork and theories, but now he's got digital maps lighting up like a treasure hunt game. Then comes the moment the ground starts acting strange. A little shift, a small sink. Usually that'd mean stop everything. Danger. But not this time. These machines were built for crazy terrain. They stabilize, they monitor, and they keep going. But still, Rick isn't taking any chances. He knows Oak Island isn't just a place. It's a trap. Something's moving underground. Dirt vanishes. Big machines stop. Everyone holds their breath. It's not a collapse, it's a pull. Like something is swallowing the land. They've hit something big. Maybe it's the treasure vault. Maybe it's a void filled with centuries of secrets. But they don't quit. Rick keeps one eye on the machines, one eye on the legend in his head. They backfill where it gets too unstable. Step back, but not away. Parker's tools let them keep going, but the island keeps pushing back. Hours blend into days as the crew continues their unrelenting effort. They lose some of the material they had managed to recover. The walls of the tunnel seem to shift unpredictably. Soil collapses where it had held steady for days. But none of it stops the team. The hole has gone deeper than any before it, carved by hands determined to uncover what time has hidden. They are further beneath the surface than any previous expedition. The weight of history surrounds them. Rick can't stop thinking, what if the object they've been searching for all this time is just beneath their boots? What if, with just a few more feet, they'll finally break through? The thought arrives silently in Rick's mind, heavy and real. The structure is artificial, crafted by hands, not nature. It could be wood. It could be shaped stone, perhaps even both.
He wants to investigate an area. I defer to him. He has an incredible amount of experience, and the beaches fascinate him. The intertidal zone. Maybe the ground in Smith's Cove has been disturbed enough that maybe something has come close to surface.
Part of a structure, or something that had once stood proudly before time and decay, swallowed it whole. Rick's breath shortens. Around him, the others have gathered, watching the screen, quiet. There are no cheers, no loud declarations, just stillness. The quiet hum of machines and hearts pounding with the weight of possibility. They dig more carefully than before. Every motion is methodical, every inch gained a small victory. The roar of machines is now accompanied by the sounds of tools scraping, soil shifting, breath catching. Sweat runs down foreheads, shirts stick to backs. The air is thick with dust and determination. Every step forward feels like pulling a hidden truth from the reluctant earth. The island groans above them, the sound echoing through the shaft like an ancient voice. Yet it holds. The tunnel remains intact. The team doesn't pause. They've come too far to let hesitation steal this chance. Rick remembers the stories told in fragments, passed through generations. Legends whispered and maps sketched with guesses and hope. All signs had pointed here. Every cryptic clue, every failed attempt by others, had led to this moment. The edge of discovery felt close, tangible, nearly within reach. They dig slower now. The scanner flickers more often, showing clearer outlines, angles, shapes, surfaces. There's detail now, patterns perhaps. Carvings? Rick leans in, his eyes searching the fuzzy images. A flat surface, a long edge, perhaps the boundary of a wall, maybe even a container or sealed chamber. He holds back from assuming too much. The data only hints, never confirms. There are no declarations of success, only cautious nods, tightened jaws, and continued work. Tools are switched, machines are left behind, shovels are replaced with brushes, picks with careful scrapers. They inch forward. Dirt falls away from a surface below. It's solid, not the softness of packed earth or the crumbling texture of loose rock. The sound it makes is unfamiliar. Hollow, perhaps. Layered. Not metal, not stone. Something in between. Did Rick and Parker change the game for all treasure hunters, or did they go too far? What's your take on using such heavy machinery for historical digs? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.